Back now on Triad today, and this is sort of a special episode because we're with our Winston-Salem City Manager, Pat Pate, again, and he brought a special guest, as he did the last time he was here. Last time he brought two assistant city managers. This time he brought Keith Huff, Director of Field Operations Department, with a pretty timely topic. Good to see both of you guys.
Thank you, sir. Good to be here.
Pat, what are Keith's overall responsibilities, and especially when there's a snowstorm?
Well, Keith has a broad set of responsibilities. Generally speaking, during the year, he's responsible for anything that's happening in the roadway, from pothole repairs to working on the making sure that our drainage is working properly. But right now, most people are interested in the snow. What do we do when we have a snowstorm?
Pretty stressful time. Keith, now how does the city go about preparing for a snowstorm, and how do you coordinate with agencies, or do you? I mean, how does that all happen?
Yes, sir. So coordination for us starts well above or ahead of winter weather conditions, where late summer we're looking at our equipment, we're adding new routes as new subdivisions come online to the city road network. And then once it gets to inclement weather, the wintertime, we're coordinating with emergency management, police, fire, marketing communications to get the word out about our plans and what we're going to do.
And obviously you can't wait to the last minute, which I thought was interesting when you're talking about you sort of planning ahead, because you may not know exactly what the weather's going to be, but you guys have got plans in place.
Yes, sir. There's a strategy for whatever inclement weather event comes to us, whether it's rain that turns to ice, that turns to snow. We've got a plan to implement for any type of weather condition.
Keith, what kind of technical and or human resources do you employ when you're implementing these plans?
So technical resources, obviously the outreach, the communication, using our marketing team to get the word out, social media, briefings and interviews with the emergency management folks, coordination with WISTA on bus routes. But then the human resources, we need drivers to go out there and actually clear the roads. So CDL drivers to drive these tandem axle dump trucks and stuff like that. That's what we need because we're running these shifts.
Very quickly, how do you determine which streets to clear first? How do you prioritize
Yes,
that?
sir. So the larger streets first, your arterials first, and then your critical care routes, then drop down to the collectors, then to the residentials.
I want to switch gears just a second from wintertime things to Parks and Rec. I understand you have some interesting programs coming up under the Parks and Recreation banner.
That's probably, yes, we have our Black History Month is coming up in February, so we've got a whole variety of events going on in the city, and we'd encourage folks to go to our website to look at those. A lot of programs for youth and adults, just all through the month.
Right, and I'm thinking about winter weather and stuff. These are great winter activities. I mean, you can get inside and enjoy a lot of these activities. What about, I think, Pat, you emailed me last week about a Walk of Fame and something about nominations, what that's all about.
Yeah, that's a really exciting thing that the city does. We have everybody thinks about the Hollywood Walk of Fame. We have the Winston-Salem Walk of Fame. So those folks that have really made a contribution to the arts and culture in our community, there's a place to recognize folks. There's some criteria for that is folks have been deceased but that have had a real impact in the community. Nominations for that are due by the end of the month.
Right.
So we're looking for people to let us know those folks that they would like to see enshrined in our Walk of Fame.
How about that? And you're saying that do they have to come from the arts and entertainment field or what?
Yeah, we're basically looking at folks that have had an impact in the arts and entertainment field.
So, in other words, me and Keith can't be nominated unless we start playing the guitar or something.
I have to check out your singing voice, and then we can see how that works.
Yeah. One thing before we lose time here, there's something you also indicated on an email about a Long Branch Trail extension. What was that?
Yeah, the Long Branch Trail is a part of our, as you talk about getting out of the winter weather, getting prepared for the springtime. A Long Branch Trail is one of those areas we have great greenway systems, and so we're taking some input on expansion of the Long Branch Trail back towards Martin Luther King to match up with a lot of our other trail networks in the city so that you can get prepared for getting out there when the weather turns great.
All right. Up on screen, you can go to cityofws.org as the general website, and I hope you will do that. And as far as, I tell you, Keith, how much would you pay me not to give your home phone to people whose streets need to be clear?
Quite a bit under these circumstances.
Well, thanks for coming. No, seriously, I appreciate the work all of you are doing. And Keith, it's really good to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, Pat. We'll be right back after this.